Okay. All right, I'm good.
All right.
Yes, when you're ready.
Okay. According to an international survey conducted by the United Nations, the United States sits in 19th out of 156 participating countries in the World Happiness Report. Historically, the United States has placed 12th or 13th, though now we notice a steady decline. As I wrote this stat, I looked more into the World Happiness Report and began to wonder not what is causing this decline, but how can it be solved. My name is Finn Bonner Gerber, and I thoroughly believe that exercise is the answer. I began mountain biking when I was in 6th grade, so I think I was about 11 or 12 years old. So I've been mountain biking for 5 years or so. I always liked to ride my bike, but I had no idea that stuff like Highland existed. I learned about Highland from friends, and I fell in love with it as soon as I started there. During the summer, I ride about 3 days a week, and I usually get about 30 days on my season's pass. I love to mountain bike because of the adrenaline, adventure, and really supportive mountain bike community. Highland Mountain Bike Park is located about 25 minutes from here in Tilton/Northfield, New Hampshire. There are 35 downhill trails, all accessed via lift, including 12 miles of pure downhill, 8,052 feet of descent, and it's located atop Bean Hill, which is an elevation of 1,400 feet. Along with some of the best downhill mountain biking in New England, they also have a 9,100 square foot indoor training facility, a slopestyle course, dirt jumps, and even a magic carpet leading to Green Circle beginner trails that's currently being installed. This is where most of my riding took place. As the time came to complete a senior project, I thought about the stat that I read earlier, and I wondered if physical activity was the answer. I also wondered how physical activity can affect the brain, and how can it affect your mental health. Here's what I was able to learn. When taking part in physical activity, many chemical changes occur in the brain, specifically in the prefrontal cortex, which affects your decision-making, complex thinking, and personality, and the hippocampus, which specializes in your memory function. When you exercise, your brain gets increased levels of certain chemicals, such as BDNF, which stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which is a protein that promotes new neuron growth in your brain, as well as an increase in IGF-1, which is an insulin-like growth factor, which a protein that works with insulin to supply the brain with glucose, which is its fuel or energy. And lastly, VEGF, which is a vascular endothelial growth factor, which is another protein that stimulates the growth of new blood vessels in your brain. The increase in these chemicals work together to create the most ideal environment for brain cell growth and development. So what does this mean to you? An increased heart rate, which means more oxygen flow, which means more performance from your brain. Improved brain plasticity, which is the brain's ability to change or recognize neurological connections given growth or learning. Improved memory, improved cognitive and executive functioning, and an increase in gray matter volume, which makes up 40% of your brain. So gray matter is the portion of your brain that houses all of the neurological structures and connections, which is very important and significant in the functioning of your brain overall. There are also significant chemical changes related to mental health. When exercising, your body processes increased levels of serotonin, which is also called a mood chemical. It enhances cognition, reward, learning, and memory processes, as well as dopamine, which is the motivation chemical. It's a reward-based system that encourages us to repeat certain experiences, and is also called the feel-good chemical. And last but not least, norepinephrine, which is the stress release molecule. So it works with adrenaline to increase your heart rate, pump blood quickly and efficiently. So what does this entail to you? You'll have notice improved sleep, reduced stress, reduced short and long-term anxiety, and improved self-esteem. Now, these positive effects on the brain and mental health are super important, but also the general health benefits we all know apply too. Reduced risk of disease, strengthened bones and muscles, lower blood pressure, increased heart rate, they just go on and on and on. Nonetheless, it is clear that physical activity helps you to live a happy and healthy life. For my senior project, I dedicated a large portion of my summer to something I love to do, mountain bike. In total, I was able to ride 52.5 hours and over 125.39 miles. I created a YouTube channel which I dubbed Shredding for Smiles because I had to use some mountain bike jargon in there, keep it real, to document my riding with first and third person footage. I logged my rides with Strava and collected various maps and graphs, as well as keeping a log of my emotions before and after riding. Even on the toughest of days, I always saw mountain biking as something to look forward to, and like a way to escape and reset. After riding, I always felt clear-minded, refreshed, relaxed, and well-rested the following day. One of my favorite and most memorable pieces of the project was my community connection. I took my girlfriend, Anna, who is in the crowd over here, very nicely cheering me on, to Highland to teach her how to downhill mountain bike with no previous experience. We had actually planned to only go one day, but she really ended up loving it. So in total, we rode for 5 days over the course of the summer, which amounted to a little bit over 20 hours. Admittedly, she was pretty nervous at first, but she's pretty amazing, so I knew she would do just fine, and she did. She turned out to be really awesome, and we're still riding, which is great. We had so much fun, and she was able to improve so much. Yeah. According to the CDC, only 23% of Americans get adequate exercise. 23%, given that the guidelines for that is very, very strict, but nevertheless. With such easily attainable benefits to your mental and physical health, I hope to see this number much higher. With this, I hope that I can inspire you to get out and exercise, whether it be alone, with friends or family, something new, or something you've been doing for years. Exercise not only changes your body, it changes your mind, your attitude, and your mood. Is exercise the answer to a happier, healthier nation? I think so, and I hope you do too. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or comments?
Great job.
Thank you.
Yes. Did Anna ever wipe out?
Oh, yes.
Anna did. She got a little bit overconfident and rock and did a nice belly slide down some mud, which was a good situation though, because usually the dirt, as you think mountain biking and like dirt is soft and pliable, but it's actually it's really, really packed in.
Yeah.
So it's like hard as concrete, and you can get some pretty good road rash from it, which I have personal experience with. It's all on my shoulder here, or shoulder and elbow and back, hip. But it was really muddy that day, and it was a fresh cut trail. So she just kind of like slid down it like a slip and slide, and got absolutely covered in mud. But that was it. Better than road rash.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
got
was
back
scared
up
after
again.
that, yeah.
The Shriner.
Is there like a bunny hill equivalent at Highland, or are you going full bore the first time?
Yeah, so there's the magic carpet they're building right now, actually. Before the magic carpet, there was just like a thing you walked up, and then there's a bunch of access to just like little green trails, you know, it's like the bunny hill. But conveniently, they're installing the magic carpet right now, which is super cool. And also, on the mountain, so you hop on the lift, which is a feat in itself. It's difficult because you're on a ski lift, an old ski lift from 1984. So it's really old and rickety, but it gets you to the top, so we're thankful for that. But there's a specific bike carrier that has been like machined. So you walk out in front, kind of push your bike up a ramp, and it sits in there. You let that go in front of you, and the next chair comes behind you, get on and head up. But from the top, if you head all the way to the left from the top, there's green trails, which are like the bunny slope equivalent, which Anna and I spent some time on. We did some greens. We moved up to a lot of blues. Our favorite trail is probably Cat's Paw. And then by the end of it, we were actually able to do some black diamonds. So we did one trail called Hellion, which is the biggest trail on the mountain, which is really fun. But yeah, there's lots of different variety, which is cool. Thanks for asking.
I was more scared for the lift part than I was actually riding the bike.
Oh, really?
Putting
Yeah.
on the bike, like, on the lift.
Yeah. Great job. That was great. Yeah, I just think.
How long was that?
I just feel so out of control, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wouldn't be like that once you got started. I would say my favorite parts of watching his videos was like, he was so kind to you. Like, I just thought there was so much empathy. It was so nice where he was just like, good job, babe. You're doing great, babe. Keep going, babe. And I was like, oh my God, how could you not do well with that behind you, you know? It's so great.
Miss Dustin, how long did that run?
8:37 to 8:44. So yeah, 8 minutes perfect. That was like perfection.
Was anyone else going, did it?
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Next one isn't until 9 though, so, yeah, we have 9, 9:25, 25, 9:50, 10, 10, 10:30, 10:50, yeah, we have a lot of stuff, so.
Okay.
Yeah, but you don't have to take the whole thing. You don't
Wait,
have to.
who was it that had theirs today too, did you say?
Oh, Sophia, Alex, M, Sam, Photo, Lindsay LaPearl, Ethan Tobler, Piper Wofford today.
What were the times on those ones?
Sorry.
9:05 is the next one, then 9:25 and 9:50.
Got it.
You're welcome, great job, Mike. See you next week for final check. Okay.
So is that, final checks next week at the
Yeah.
same time we have?
Yes.
So mine would be 8:45 at some
Correct,
point then? Okay.
except it's like, I think it's Monday for you guys because the odd day is
Right.
first instead of the
Okay,
even,
I'll
yeah.
figure it out, and I'll send you an email if I get confused. or something.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Sia. I know, I love watching all these, but.
And I have my final check stuff all together. already.
Good.
Before,
Awesome.
so I don't have to worry about it. So.
That's great. Did your reflection already and everything? Good.
All already in the drive.
Fantastic. Then you don't have to worry about it at all.
Exactly. Bye, Miss Dustin, thank
All
you.
right, bye guys.
I'll come back here in a little bit to see some numbers.
Okay, cool.
I know you're
Yes,
not busy
honey.
right now,
Yes.
but, would Wednesday work or?
Let's see, I have, there's my Wednesday schedule right there. And then I'm done. So I have all day Thursday, then of course I teach 4 and 6.
Okay.
So I have, yeah, so my period 2 is full.
So after period 20, which would be?
Yes, if it's, let's see, yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yes, I could, yes, that would be fine. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'll be here, so that's perfect.
So I could come in like maybe 30, 40?
Yeah, so if you come up to, the office across from the art room, like around 8:30, yeah, I should be there and ready to go, perfect.
Thank you.
Good, okay, I'll see you then.
Yeah.
Is that Sophia? Excellent. Well, good news, everybody just left, and I don't know if anybody else will come, so it could just be me and you. Okay, isn't that perfect?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know two of my friends might come, but.
Good,
I
those
don't-
are your friends, so
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, good. Let me just get these couple things in, and then I'll get you set up.
I actually, I took a copy of my slide that I turned in, so
Yeah.
I adjusted these.
Yeah.
So, can I just like share it with you?
I would put it in, try submitting it, and see, I think it
Okay.
might override the old one and put the new one in there.
Okay, I'll
That'll
do
be
that.
good, and then I don't have to, log off and log on again. Okay, let's see. Put these in. Is Melissa gonna come, do you think?
I have no idea.
Okay.